Hey guys, Thatnub here. Today we are checking out the Armytek Prime C1 Pro 980 Lumen Flashlight. Inside the box you're going to receive the flashlight itself, a user's manual, some extra O-rings and a belt clip, a USB charging cable, and a holster. This flashlight comes with an 18350 lithium-ion rechargeable battery that comes in at 3.7 volts, 3.3 watt-hours, and 900 milliamp hours. Let's go ahead and stick the battery in, and I will show you this cool little charging cable. This has a magnetic USB charger, and that little hole there goes into that little hole there, and you can see that it is charging. When it turns green, then you know that it is completely charged. Now this does have a little twisty bottom here. To charge it, you have to bring it back about a quarter of a turn, and then to use it, you have to turn it all the way back over there, and you can turn the light on. When it's in that position, the charger will flash red. When you see it flashing red, you know you're not charging properly. So, pull that off, turn it back about a quarter of a click, and there you go. You can see down here where it says charge that way or use that way. And that's good if you want to keep this flashlight in an off position, like in a bag or something, without it accidentally coming on. You can go from being in use to charge, and then the flashlight will not turn on no matter how much you push the button. So you can store this for a long time. In fact, I think the package says that it has a multicolor state indicator and ultra low current drain in the off state. So it can stay like this for 25 years. That's pretty impressive. What's also impressive about this light, and I can't find any IPX rating on it, but it says that it's waterproof and submersible for 10 meters for 5 hours. That's like almost 33 feet. And it also has impact resistance for 10 meters. That's a long drop, so you know we're definitely going to have to test that out. Another difference this flashlight has are the modes. Let's hold down the button here for a second or two, and we will get to our firefly mode. This one is 0.4 lumens and will stay lit there for 60 days. But it doesn't just have one firefly mode, it has 3. So let's hold down the button and we will cycle through those firefly modes. So there's our first firefly mode. Let's hold it down for a second, and we will get to our second, which is 2.5 lumens. And if we hold it down again, we will get to our third, which is 6 lumens. Now you may be noticing this little green dot that is flashing here, and that is a battery status indicator. And green means good. So let's go ahead and put it right down here and turn it off. Then we will double click this button and we will get to the main. Now there is a main 1, 2, and 3, or a low, medium, and high. Let's just hold this down for a second, let it cycle through. It always starts it off in the highest mode for that level. So here we have it on main 1, 34 lumens. Main 2, 90 lumens, and main 3, which is 230 lumens. So each mode that you're in will only go through those settings, and I think that's kind of cool. So let's click it 3 times, and hold it down for a second. Yes, this has 2 different turbos. So this one is 470 lumens. And if we hold it down for a second, we will get to 970 lumens. Now it says here that this will last on Turbo 2 for 30 minutes and Turbo 1 for 1 hour. But this flashlight doesn't use a timer to step down its light, it uses temperature. So once it gets to a certain temperature, it'll cut the light down just a little bit until it cools off, and then we'll put the light back up to whatever power level you had it at before. And I know some of you are wondering what that temperature level is. It looks as if it is above 60 degrees Celsius. But if it's cold enough outside, the flashlight may not get too hot at all, and it may not ever step down. It is dark 30 and we are outside and we have almost a full moon out, but it is burr. It's like 21 degrees or something right now. So we're going to do this one kind of quick. So let's try this on its first moonlight mode. And I have to kind of hold my hand up for that one. Doesn't really light up the railing at all. Let's go ahead and put it onto the second moonlight. Now we can see the railing there a little bit. Not out into the yard at all, just lighting up the railing. Let's go to the third moonlight. That lights that up pretty okay. So out into the yard just a little bit. Okay, let's switch it over to the medium modes. And now we have the first medium mode. Lights up the railing okay. Out into the yard. Even off of the pump house a little bit. Let's go to the second medium mode. That's kind of bright on the railing there. Out into the yard. Lights up the pump house. Lights up the fence line out there a little bit. Okay, let's go for the third medium mode. And that's pretty bright there. Out into the yard. Pump house. Fence line all the way out to the end of it. And not really across the street at all. Maybe a little bit. And I can see it, but I can't see it on camera. But pretty much the whole yard here can be seen on that one. Now let's click on to the turbos. There is the first one. Nice and bright off of the railing. Out into the yard. Pump house. All the way down the fence line. A little bit of the trees across the road there. But everything out here that I want to see, I can see with this. Wow, okay. That's pretty bright there. Out into the yard. Pump house lights up nice and bright. All the way down to the fence line. We can see the trees on the other side of the street there. Everything on our property. Alright, let's switch over here towards my trees and we will try out the strobe. Here is the low and slow strobe. Let's switch it to the next one. There is the slow and bright strobe, which really isn't giving us any focus because the light comes on for a second and then goes back out and the camera is trying to autofocus on it. So we will switch to the full-on strobe, and there is the full bright strobe, nice and fast. This is a test I usually don't do unless a flashlight says that it's tactical. But since this one says that it has an impact resistance of 10 meters, we're going to throw it. So let's go ahead and give it our first shot. Okay, that wasn't high enough. Let's try it again. Ooh, and a good hit. Still working fine. Let's give it another throw. That was a good throw. Alright, one more for good measure. Alright, well I guess it is 10 meter impact resistant. Well, that's all I have for this video. As always, don't forget to comment, rate, subscribe. Check us out on the website, and we'll see you guys on the next one.